Greetings everybody. It's around about, I don't know what time it is. Hang on. And it's quite funny that is, I don't know what the time is when this is all about my watch collection. Okay, it's 10 to 8. And I'm in bed. And no, that is not my duvet cover. It's my nice, one of my nice microfiber cloths that I use for car polishing and also my watches and stuff like that. So I'm not I don't have a yellow bedspread. So with that out of the way, I'm going to explain what I'm going to do here. I'm doing this because my friend Lee Marshall got me into these Russian watches, and I bought one, and then I just couldn't stop because they're so addictive. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but to be honest, I absolutely love them, and I love collecting them, and they're not very expensive to buy, and you can kind of mess about with them and make them personal, to yourself, by modifications. So I'm going to do that. It's probably going to bore everybody to death, like all of my videos do, but that's just the chance I'm going to take, and I'm bored, so I'm going to do it anyway. Right, okay, so I'm going to run down all my watches and show you them and explain what they are. Okay, so when I first came out of hospital, I got nothing to do. I was lying on the sofa most of the time, and like I say, my friend Lee got me into these watches sort of thing, so I started just getting on my laptop and buying them. So the first one I got was this one here. Now, that's a Vostok Kommandersky, which means, Kommandersky means commander in Russian. Most of these are all got Russian text on them, on the dials and on the backs, case backs. It says 17 Caymans. Sorry, it's the 31. This one, because it's automatic. So this means it's an automatic mechanical watch. Well, they're all mechanical anyway, but it's mechanical. It's mechanical and it's automatic, not just wind up. So if I shake it, there you go, it's ticking now because it's an automatic. Round the bottom of there, you may just be able to see is on the bottom of the dial. It says Karano. I don't know, you say the Be Pochiduro or whatever it is, but it means made in Russia. And that's a Kommandersky. That's a new model Kommanderskys, which is nice. But that was the first one I bought. Very cheap for what they are. They're really good watches. So the next one I bought was another Kommandersky. Not exactly the same, but the same thing, but with a silver dial. The B at the top, even though they're called Vostok, the company is actually Vostok, so it's a B in a kind of a overly circle thing at the top there by the 12 o'clock. Kommandersky again, 31 joules again. As you can see, there's no second hand's not moving, but because this is automatic as well, there you go, it's moving again. That's a nice one. That's probably my favourite one of the new ones. the third one, which I don't really wear, but I bought it. Again, it's a Commanderski. Same thing. The only difference between this and the other two is it's got no date indicator on it. Exactly the same as the rest of them that I've just shown you. See, they're just going again. Don't really wear that. Might trade that in for something else. I don't know. So we'll see. The next one was this paratroop one. Now this is the older style Commanderski, and that's a parachute corps Russian Army logo on there. Now this is only a 17 dual model. As I say, it's the older model, and this is wind up. It's not automatic. You have to wind this one, but it's a new one, but it's one of the older models, so to speak, not the kind of new ones that I've just showed you. So now I'm going to go, because the newer ones I've got, I'm going to go like in revert, back in time with them really. But these are the other two modern ones, very modern ones I've got. But these are amphibious. Now these are called amphibious. They're Vostok again, but they're amphibious. These are 31 dual automatics as well. But the amphibia, sorry, is the come on, go. This is going. It's the diver's watch. So the Russian Navy would have worn these in the day. This is not actually, I'll come to the military ones that I've got later. But these are actually 200 meters, but they have tested them, and they kind of don't stop until they're 800 meters down, which is in the water, which is absolutely fantastic. But this one's modified a bit. It used to have just a plain stainless steel bezel on it. This is the bezel here, the blue thing. But I put this bezel on it to make it look a bit nicer. I think so anyway. And a NATO strap, which is a recurring theme on my watches. The other thing about this one is that I actually have my silver cross hanging off the clasp, because I basically wouldn't buy a silver chain to put it back around my neck. But there you go. So that's an amphibia. That's kind of a dress one now for me. I wouldn't go swimming in that. Now this is the other amphibia I've got, which is the sailboat amphibia. Same kind of thing as the last one. The difference between that and that one I've just showed you, this is a different case. I think this is a 720 case. I'll probably be corrected on that. I bought this off eBay, like I bought all of them really, and it had it'd been modified with the bezel and the case back. Well, to be fair, I've seen these now with these bezels on new, so that it was probably bought like that, but it has got a different strap on it, because this is called a no limit strap. It's a diver's rubber strap, rubber. And I'm trying to just get it off, because I'm doing this one-handed. Hang on. There we go. So it's got a no limit strap on it. Shows you the depth. I don't understand too much of it, but there you go. And ND limits. But what is a modification is they didn't come with these originally. Is this anchor case back on it? It's quite a nice thing. Again, I think that cost me 65 quid. But this is going to be the watch I use. I'm going on holiday in March and I'm going to use this for swimming. This is going to be my just an oldie watch for me. I don't usually wear this at all. Right, so we're going back in time a little bit more now. Oh, what shall we get? Okay, we've done those, done that. Okay, I think one of the next ones I bought was this one. Now, this is the aircraft and anchor dial. I would have said this is about, it could be 2000s, it could be a bit earlier. This has been modified with a different bezel. I do like that bezel on there. I'll put this strap on it. It's a Commanderski again. Commander. Again, this is 17 jewels wind up. So I don't know whether it might have what is called a date hack on it, which means if you don't wear the watch for a while and it's you know, say 1st of December, and the last time you wore it was the 10th of November, that means you've got to, you know, some of them, or most of them, a lot of them, you have to do 24 hours turning this to turn around 24 hours for every day, which takes a long time. With a date hack, you go from the 12 o'clock back to the 8 o'clock, back to the 12 o'clock, back to the 8 o'clock, back to 12 o'clock, and it changes date like that, so it's a lot quicker. And a lot of them I've got some that have got the hack that stops the second hand going around when you want to set the watch precisely, but not all of them are like that. But that is a nice one. I like that, but I don't wear that too much either. Right, no particular order now, I don't think, but I'll just tell you what they are. Okay. This one's a nice one. If you look at the dial on that, it's a beautiful dial. It really does. The light on it's amazing. When you get the light on it, just glistens. It's got a little bit of damage on the dial, but at the end of the day, this watch is probably a late 80s, early 90s watch. So you're going back. It's, you know, probably 30 years old, but still running. And I haven't worn this for a while and it's ticking, so I don't really understand that, but there you go. Maybe it just got some energy left in the last wind, and it's just started up as I've picked it up, because sometimes when you don't wear them a lot, you have to give them a jolt, even if they're not automatic, and they will go. That's a nice one. That's the aircraft carrier, and obviously probably a MiG or something, but I'll probably be corrected on that as well. Airplane. Again, it's a 17 dual wind up Commanderski. Then we have okay, we'll have this one next. That's just there's nothing really special about this one. I think this has got a dice hack on it. This is a 90s one. Commanderski 17 dual wind up. It's got the what's it called? It's the Air Force or space. I think it's a space agency one. That's the crest on there, and this is like a brass case instead of, you know, a chrome or a stainless case. And it's got a strap on it again that I put on it. It just kind of goes with the watch a little bit, I suppose. But it is, it's nice still. This one here, Kommanderski again. Probably 90s, could be late. I think it's 90s. Could be like, yeah, it is 90s. Supposed to be quite a rare dial, this one. It's got a different case again. The thing is with Vostoks, you've got so many shapes of cases, so many dials, so many bezels. You know, you can just pick and choose what you want to do. You just change them over really easily. The strap on this one is an amphibious strap, which I took off the one with the silver cross on to put the other one on that, and then I used that for this one. So it's not an amphibious, a Kommanderski again, as you can see. Kommanderski underneath the red star. That one's ticking as well. I haven't worn that. Perhaps a jolt again, because it's not automatic. Well, I've never had the back of it. It might. No, it's not. Not at that age. Right, okay. Now I've got two of this kind of dial. And this is the 1945-1995 anniversary Second World War victory. This one I paid over the odds for it, to be fair. I tried, I bid for it on eBay, and then I thought, oh no. And I was waiting for somebody else to bid more, and they didn't. So I got it. Nice watch. I wouldn't say that I wear it, because I don't really. But it's a nice for a collectible one. Again, it's got a different kind of case. It is nice. And the same theme is this one, and this is one of my favourite ones, actually, favourite watches. It's the Victory dial again, but different. Kommanderski again. Different case on this one. Completely, you know, never seen one on another. I've seen these watches and they've got these cases on, but I've never seen this case on any other one. It's got the bezel on as well, this bezel, the commemorative bezel on it, which is original to the watch. The only thing that's not original is the strap. Again, I'll put that strap on there, because a lot of these, when you buy them on eBay from Russia, they all come from Russia or the Ukraine that you buy them from. They don't come with straps, so you just buy them. And to be fair, they're not that much money, really. But that is a nice one, that is. It's one of my favourite ones. Okay, right. This is a nice one as well when it's got a strap on it, but I took the strap off to put on another one. But Kommanderski again, it's the tank commander's watch, or one of them. There's plenty of designs, different ones. This will be a 90s one again. You can see the back on that. All in Russian lettering there. Usually says water resistant or something in Russian or stuff like that. Different case backs, different designs as well on these watches. But that'll be a 90s one as well. Wind up 17 jewel. But I do like that. I do like wearing that one. It's quite a nice watch to wear. Now, I'm going to come to my absolute favourite one at the moment that I've just been wearing all the time. It's quite funny, really. It's only because I put a new bezel on it that I've started really wearing it. There it is. Commandersky once again. It's a wind up, 17 jewel. It's a para one again. It's a paratrooper one again. Same as the one I showed you earlier. But this is an old model. This is a early 80s model. So it's 40 years old or so, this is. So put a new bezel on it, this black bezel. I think it goes really nicely with the watch. It's got a chrome plated case to it. And obviously, you know, another NATO strap that I put on it. And I've been monitoring the time keeping with this one. And it's really, really accurate. It doesn't lose that many seconds a day. And for a 40-year-old watch, which probably hasn't been really serviced that much, if at all, it's pretty amazing, really. And this, if you look down there, this is a Soviet era watch, because it'll say made in, but it says it's in Russian, made in, but it's got CCCP on it. You can't see it, I don't think, but it's there, and that's a Soviet era one. My favourite at the moment. Look at the dial, it's lovely, isn't it? When that gets, I mean, it's cracked through age. It's like got a mud cracking, that's what they call it, mud cracking. And the luminous hands, and they've all got luminous hands and dots or numbers on them, but as they get older, they don't light up as good as they should. This one's pretty dim. It's still my favourite at the moment. Okay, well, I'll do this one. Yeah, now this is just a very strange one, but it's also a very kind of rare one. And for history-wise, a lot of these I buy are kind of for the history of them. I mean, this is the, you know, George Bush and Mikhail Gorbachev commemorative one. So you can see there, it's actually got the word Vostok on the bottom there. Obviously, this is a I think it's 1993. Well, if the watch was new when this inscription was put on the back of it, and this means I got this translated on one of the watch sites, Russian watch sites, and a guy texts me and says it means the top one, which says Sepisa, or however you say it, that's the guy's name. And then it says underneath, from your friends. And it says 6 of the, I can't see it, 6 of the 8, I think it is, or something, 1993. So we know that's like kind of 1993 or just pre kind of thing. But it's kind of a novelty thing. I don't wear that one really. Well, I don't wear it at all. But again, it was very cheap. But again, there's probably not a lot of those in this country. Right, where did we get to? Okay, we got to there. Right, now this is a strange one. It's a nice one though. It's called an Alcor Vostok. And this has got a Vostok movement, probably Vostok case and bezel. But Vostoks use the crystals, which is the glass. This is actually a glass crystal on this. The rest of the Vostoks, the plastic, domed plastic. This isn't. And this was obviously a company who bought a load of cases and movements and whatever from from the Vostok factory in Chistopol, Russia, and started building their own. Again, I've only ever seen one of these before anywhere. Another one. So it's probably quite rare in the West. There's probably 20 million of them in Russia, but that doesn't matter. But it is a lovely watch size. But that's 17 joules again. But this one was made for export because it's in English. Everything's in English on the dial and on the back. But I do like that one. This one here. Now, this is early 80s again. But as you can see, it's a bit worn, this one. But the difference, it is a Kommandersky again, 17 joule wind up. I think this has got the day attack on it. Difference between that and the others is that is an actual military watch. It was ordered by the Ministry of Defence of Russia, because Vostok used to make all the watches for the army and navy and Air Force and whatever. They had a contract, and on this, it's got the inscription 3KA something, I can't remember. And then it's got the letters MOCCCP, which means Military Order Soviet Russia. So this was bought by or given to somebody in the military, because you couldn't buy these ones. Not with the civilians couldn't buy military order ones. You had to have papers when you went into, to prove that you were in the military. You bought one of these or got one of these. But the dial on this, it should be like really dark blue, but over the years it's fading, and it's fading to kind of a browny, silvery kind of thing at the bottom. It's fading up. And when the blue dials tend to get old, that's what I've seen, they do go kind of brown. So this is like half and half at the moment. It's quite funky, really, when you think about it. Funky. 17 joule Kommandersky, Military Order Russia. Well, Soviet. Now, my other military order one is this one, which is a dress watch. Now, this one's actually gold plated. So you can see the domed crystal on the top. It's gold plated. It's a strangish kind of one because it's got an 18 joule movement instead of 17. It's wind up. It's got the date hack. It's also got the time hack, so the second hand stops, so it's accurate. And it's got on the bottom again the 3KA with MO, Military Order CCCP. So this was a dress watch for, military dues and whatever. Hands has lost a bit of lume over time, but, what can you expect? This is a 1970 watch. So it's like 50 years old. It still goes. And I actually looked, there's one of these going on eBay. the other day, only the other day. Now, I've had this quite a while. And I think I paid 28 quid for this. And there's one going on eBay now, exactly the same. Slightly better condition than this one. It's going for 130 quid. So, you know, bought that at the right time. Like I've bought most of them at the right time. The trouble is, they're getting a bit more expensive these days. Now, this one's kind of the same thing, but it's not a military one. But you see, this is another one. It's called, it's Vostok with a W. And it's all in English, all the inscriptions on it. Because Vostok was kind of, I think it was for the German market. That's why they substituted the W at the start of Vostok, so to speak. This again's around 1970, which it's got a machined dial, machined. And again, the down glass on it. Nice. Quick mention of this one, because I bought a couple of these. There was just parts ones, really. You know, and I made a good amount of 3 of them, and I didn't pay hardly anything for them. And it's a cadet one, so it's a small dial on it. But that's a Soviet one as well. Not a military order, but it's a Soviet one. Just a quick mention of that. So the only 3 that's left are, and these are not Vostoks. Now, these are called Sturmanskis. And the inscription on there is 1961. It's because it's a commemorative watch of the first man in space, Yuri Gagarin. The thing is this is not an original one. This is a Frankenstein, as they call them. And this one doesn't work because I dropped the movement when I took it apart, and I bent the balance wheel on it. So I'm going to get another balance wheel for it, just to get it going again. It's got a cheapish, very cheap Zim movement. It's not a very good one, but I didn't pay a lot for that anyway. But it's kind of, well, it is vintage, but it's not really a great one, that. So because that wasn't a great one, I bought another. Same thing, Yuri Gagarin dial. Dome glass again, different case. I think it's like a Vostok case on this. So this is a Frankenstein as well. But the good thing about this one is the movement is a 60s movement, which goes well. It's a Raketa movement, but it's a 60s movement. And I found on it the other night, I didn't realise when I looked at the pictures on eBay when I bought it, that the serial number on it is 69329. Well, my birthday is 69, 3rd month, but the 29 is 3 days after my birthday, so it's 3 days out. But on the other flip thing is the movement is stamped, because this is what the movement is called, is a 2603. So there's me 26 and an 03. So basically it's like kind of, you know, it is a 1960s movement. So to be fair, that's pretty cool, isn't it? You know, I think so anyway. And just one now it's just a modern one, but these are Russian as well. I mean, Secondas are Russian. But I bought this before I got into the Vostoks. But I do like the watch. It's a nice watch. That's why I bought that from my jewellers in Bloxwich. But that's just a different kind of thing. It's a quartz. It's not mechanical. It's battery, like most watches are these days. So there you go. That's it. Well, I did get a gift when I bought one of the watches, which is a nice little hammer and sickle red star pin badge for your cap, if you've got a cap. Nice little touch though. And one of them put in with the watch is a 1 Kopek coin, which is another little nice little thing. So there you go, there's my watches. And I'm actually watching watch videos on there. That's how sad I am. Right then, so 36 minutes long that took me to do. Probably a waste of 36 minutes of my life and another 36 minutes of yours. But that's the way things are. So a bit.